dispatched its entire mobile suit forces.
The enemy started evasive action.
Attention, emergency. Attention, emergency.
Impact in 3 seconds.
Incoming!
The Gundam!
Alright, welcome back to Federation versus Zeon. This time we're going to be going on the Earth Federation Space Force side. Although, I've never heard, EFSF. Interestingly enough, I barely remember that. But we're going to go on the other side this time. The winning side. No default for these guys. Gotta enter your own name. Oh, I don't know if I showed this off before, but if you try and enter the name of a character that's in the series already, we'll just use Char for example, pilot name is not available. You won't be able to select it. I might have put that on the first one or not, but either way, we'll go with GP2. But that audio is okay. It sounds a little weird on my end.
A half-century has passed since Earth began moving its burgeoning population into gigantic orbiting space colonies.
Don't worry, we're not going to watch this whole thing again. Oh, you know what? Actually, receiving orders from the Federation headquarters. Actual battle over. 2 prototype suits. We can now wage war against the Zeon Zaku. Select Earth operations. So, I think this is actually pretty cool, coming from the other side of this, obviously. Let me move my mouse cursor off. Don't worry, not recording for you guys. But yeah, so now you're on the Earth Sphere side, and you're going to go through, again, it's just like the Zeon side, but obviously, after watching the Zeon playthrough, you can see that the Federation is clearly at advantage at the end, although, the last fight's difficult, but yeah. We'll be on the side of the white base this time. So use basic training model of ground combat GM and participate in mobile suit combat simulation. Dodge enemy fire while sidestepping to destroy enemy with your machine gun and beam saber. Don't know why I had to read that out for you guys. You've seen it, you know what's going on. So yeah, this is the ground GM, the mainstay of the Federation forces.
型式番号 RGM-79G モビルスーツ陸戦型ジム地球連邦
For a good portion. You don't see it that often in the actual original series, but the ground Gundam pretty solid. I'm sorry, the ground GM it's pretty solid. Yes, gotcha. This suit is a little bit better than the Zok 2. Zok 1 is probably it's okay, but the Zok 2, this one's a little bit better than that. Probably, not quite on level with the Dom, but nope. See, I was taunting him there. That's my R1, my sub weapon. Does nothing with this particular model. Now, the whole thing that actually makes this one any good, it's got a beam saber, it's got a shield on the side, which you saw. No sub weapons, so no like Vulcan or anything like that. That's okay. But it can reload its machine gun, so when it runs out of bullets, you don't have to wait for them. It just grabs a little ammo pack off of its side. It's kind of difficult to see, but I think they got that from the 8th MS team. So you'll see here after I take this guy out. Nope. Oh, it's playing badly. So you actually see how it's not reloading as normal. So I'll fly up here, and now if you press square to shoot again, grab a little pack, reloads instantly. But you have to be, on the ground for that to work. Still, gives us some useful utility. And I would say the other good part about this suit is it's got a regular beam sabers, it's hand-to-hand combat, it's okay. It's actually a little bit better than the space model. But the good part is it comes with a variety of different guns, and the other gun you can get is a beam gun, which makes a pretty big difference. It definitely puts the suit way above the SOC 2 just because the beam weapons are the best weapons in the game. I always like the look of the GM also. GM always looked pretty cool to me for some reason. I mean, I like the look of the Zaku's as well with all the Zeon suits with just the one glowing eye, but I've always been kind of partial to the GM. A lot of customization you can do with it. In fact, in the 8th MS team, they even slapped a GM head on one of the Gundams after it had been in some. I can't remember exactly what happened, but it was the redhead. Her Gundam had been something had happened, so they slapped the GM head on it. All right, me and let's see, what's the Federation AI partner? What are we gonna call him? We had Jack for the Zeon. Let's think of something for him. We won't strain ourselves, so we'll come up with it in a minute. But yeah, so we're out here with the Federation side. Now, in the series, the Federation is kind of presented as like the good guys, or they're the side that the main, crew that you're following is on. So, they're the side that your main crew is on, but as you kind of go, it's one of the good parts about Gundam. As you go through the series, you see that really both sides have done wrong, and no side is the right side. No side is the correct side. Just like with any war, both countries, well, most wars anyway, both countries have good and bad people in them. And Mobile Suit Gundam does a good job of kind of showing you that. Like, there's a lot of corruption in the Federation, and one of the reasons that the colonies rose up in the first place, which isn't explored throughout the series so much, because when the series starts, you're kind of already in the middle of the war. But the reason they rise up is because they're being treated unfairly. Their resources are being strangled. They're second-class citizens, really, to people who are born on Earth. But there's an internal politics within Zeon that kind of keep it from being a solid organization. Received a ground combat GM model. It's a pre-production model of the Mobile Suit GM that we plan to get used against the Zeon Zaku's. We have been using them. We've been piloting them. I guess I do like the thought, like, we're like the first wave of I'll take that one. It's alright. We're like the first wave of pilots to get him. Me and we'll just call him Jack for now. Or let's call him Will, actually. Master Turner. Young William. So, gotta pay attention. Yeah, like I was saying, the Federation, they're presenting kind of the good ones. They've got the white suits, whereas Zeon's got green, but the show quickly shows that, especially in Zeta Gundam, that's definitely showing how really it's difficult to find a good middle ground for people who aren't trying to, somebody's trying to exploit someone else, and it's a good show though. It's pretty good. But obviously it's good while I'm playing this game. Looks like it's moving slowly. Got heavy beam saber. You're no match for me, boy. Shoots a tank. No, don't do that. But anyway, yeah, the Federation. I remember as a kid, also when I was, I should say, kind of before I get too far into this, I'm going to be playing this one a little bit more loose than the other one, a little less saving and whatnot. We've kind of seen a good portion of the game at this point, so that rushdown, a little bit more effective than the Zaku's movement. In case you didn't know, like the animations when you go to attack, it kind of locks you into whatever the suit's got. Some suits better than others, like we saw with Char's model. Char's model, Zaku, has better attack than... don't you dare. That's right, this guy's the last one. Char's model, Zaku, has a lot better attack than the regular Zaku's. Just from the physical, you know, like your melee attacks. The shooting is the same, obviously, and it's the same with other suits. So the GM's got a pretty deep... No evade, that's okay. We won't worry about it. But the GM's got a pretty solid, Gaw destroyed. The GM's got a really solid attack. It's not great, but it's passable. Like, it's easier to work with. It's also probably helped by the fact that I played a shitload of Federation versus Zeon, and I would normally start off on the Federation side when I was younger, just because, I don't know, I like their suits a little bit better. I mean, they're better, so that's why I started off on the Federation side, and I like the design of some of them better. It took me a while to like appreciate the Zaku at all, or any of the Zeon suits. I always thought they looked a little bit well, some of them. I mean, like the GOG, obviously, don't like that one, but you know, because they're the enemies in the game, their appearance isn't as unique. Whereas most of the Federation suits, since the show pretty much just follows the white base around, you don't really see a lot of the other Federation suits, really. I mean, it's only in later like television shows like the 8th MS Team and some other ones that you begin to see okay, just fly right into me, puts out his gun, and kind of just lets me take it. No problem, I'll take that. Yep, you're done, but it's pretty much, you're really only seeing like the Gundam, the gun cannon, and some of the other things that we've seen up to this point. So, come on. So being able to, you know, play as some other suits, especially because I really like the 8th MS Team, is pretty nice. Obviously, we'll get the ground Gundams and all the suits that you've seen see me fight against the Federation already. So, come on. But yeah, like I kind of briefly mentioned, we won't be struggling as much to show every mission and all that stuff. So we'll save a little less frequently and kind of move through it. Still want to try and get the best suits and whatnot, but I think something I realized playing through now that I didn't realize when I was younger is that the story missions kind of advance along the same... Oh, nice, new type rank. They advance along pretty good accuracy for the machine gun. You rarely get that. I mean, obviously put a lot of shots to the GAW there, but... Side 7, it begins. Defend the Feed Project. Enemy battle shrunk to 0, allied gun tech destroyed. Side 7 request. This never happened, but anyway. Should I just use this one? Nah, it's alright. Give the mechanics time to do their work. But anyway, like I was saying, we're gonna move through these missions, you know, fairly smoothly, and put a little bit more risk on it. Why not? Why not? Oh, already damaged Zoc 1. We'll take it. Good job, gun tank. I think we get a gun tank early as well. They're okay. Better than, like, in some cases they're almost unusable, but in a lot of, yeah, we'll see when we get there. We'll see when we get there. Oof. Good firepower, as you can see. That's the tank. Ah, yeah. You shot me, you son of a bitch. It's okay. I figured I was in your firing line. You know, just let me compensate for you. Yeah, this is Zeon GP's you know, brother, they were separated actually a long time ago. Both of them had family, and they're originally from space, but you know, the dad was let's see, what was he? He was a did a tank take him out? What? I have never seen that ever. The tank, the hero. Once again, 0 evade rate, not good, but we got you know, 100 odd missions to get that up, so we won't sweat it. Alright, I'm pretty sure if you launch with the gun tank or gun cannon, if you launch with the gun tank, you get the gun cannon. If you launch with the gun cannon, you get the gun tank. I think it's like the game's way of like testing you. Either way, let's just try the. We'll figure it out. You're like, you want that gun cannon, don't you? Don't you? No, you were too greedy. Oh, a little cutscene here. Oh, in case you were wondering why we're here inside Side 7, this is the beginning of the episode, or the series rather, takes place in Side 7, and Char and some other people are on an advanced scouting mission to see what they suspect is going on in this supposedly neutral colony. So in a way, the Federation's kind of, they don't really talk about it in the show, but the Federation's kind of doing a really bad thing here. Because they're using a colony that's supposed to be neutral, so immune from the war, and they're developing weapons there, thereby endangering the population, which is exactly what happens. Get that Zoc 2. Ugh. Another low evade rate, but don't worry, this thing's not a big evader. As you can see, 640 armor, 2 big old, you know, cannons on it, and caterpillar tracks. It's not. This is definitely not a close combat suit. The shots do have a nice arc on them as well, so you can fire over stuff, but they're somewhat directionally aimed. So that might hit. That didn't. Yeah, it's not impossible to predict, but it's a little bit difficult to predict where the thing goes. Nice. Took those guys out pretty quick. No, I must have got hit. Still 93% evade rate. We'll take it. We'll take it. Easier to be accurate with the old Zagak. Oh. Well. Anyway, Belfast base. Patrol Belfast base or Himalayas. Let's do this one first. Go in the good suit. But anyway, yeah, the Federation. Playing as the old Federation, and like I was saying, GP had a, you know.
This is the Medea Supply Corps.
Oh, Lieutenant Matilda.
Under pursuit by the enemy. Request reinforcements.
Yeah. She's actually pretty brave in the show. Flying the supply missions out to the White Base. Nobody else will do it because it's too dangerous.
Lower altitude.
It does prove to be her undoing, though. And as you see, one of these things already went down. Oh wait, no, they got through. Good thing he missed. Lucky. He just stands there like, what was I supposed to be doing again? He's reading the paper as he gets dropped in. Like, oh shit! The trade-off on the machine. Oh, I forgot. We have so many tangents. The trade-off on the machine gun that reloads is that the ammo is significantly less, so you'll have to reload more often. But that's pretty easily overcome. Back to what I was saying about old GP and GP Deuce. So yeah, they were twins. Dad was born in Earth Sphere, and the mom was from homeland of Zeon, and they just got separated. That's what happened. They parents divorced, and as it goes, one kid went with the mom, and another went with the dad. This is the son of the dad and the son of the mom we already played through. And why was he called GP2, such an unoriginal name? Well, he was born exactly 2 seconds after GP, and you know, parents just weren't expecting twins. I know, crazy in this time, right? But they just got surprised with it, and they're like, GP2, and that was the law at the time. Is once you shout out a name, that's it. You can't change it. So that's how GP2 came to be. Yeah, he never forgot his brother, especially because his name is just a facsimile of his. Anyway, protecting Medeas instead of destroying them as they fly their flying Zeon XBs through the sky. Zeon XB, what a card! I don't know if people would even remember that, but it was a toaster-looking vehicle. Got me. Pretty good, pretty good. I was there a little quicker with the beam saber. Reloading is so nice, so much nicer than just waiting for the gun to refill. Much easier. It just allows you to be a lot more tactical, flexible. I got one. Oh, you know what? If I remember correctly, if you do the Medea supply missions, they're the ones who help resupply you. If I remember correctly. I might be wrong. Come on. I lost a shield, no problem. No. Sock 1. Useless. These things go down so easy. Why? Zeon suits are not as good to start off with. They get a little better though, but 60%? Not bad. For the machine gun, that's against mobile suits as well. That's actually one of my better fights. We have a message from Lieutenant Matilda of the Medea Supply Corps.
This is the Medea Supply Corps. We have orders to provide supplies and mobile suit repairs.
Oh, gracias.
Now, to finalize my mission here, General Revel has requested copies of all your combat records.
She said this is the white base crew.
Resupply and repairs to mobile suits are completed. It may not be enough, but do recognize that General Revel is doing his best. I've come this far by special request from General Revel. Nothing at all to do with Jaburo. The Federation is facing some tough times. The command structure is falling apart. Those who are talented will prove to be valuable in these times. Good luck. Over.
Miss Matilda. Brave Miss Matilda doing her thing. 18 targets, launch with standby Gundam, yes. Oh, okay, on the Federation side, to get the Gundam, it's the best suit in the game, so I think they make you jump through some hoops. To get the Gundam, you have to do all the missions, like, involved in the testing of it. We'll go ahead and do it. But you got to do it. You have to do every testing mission, but I do know that you can actually get 2 of them. You get one through the story naturally, and if you do all the testing missions, you'll get one a little earlier. But it's a one-shot use. No matter how you do with it, even if you don't get hit once, if you use it, it's done. If for a while until they repair it. Kind of like the you've seen it before. But you have no idea what you're in for. The mighty Gundam. Not with this beam cannon, but that's okay. Ironically, in the show, I've got this bazooka. You're not supposed to fire, or Amuro's like, oh, I can't fire the beam cannon in a colony, otherwise I'll shoot a hole through this motherfucker. And now, in this game, they got you in the same colony with the straight up bazooka. But if you watch the intro to Gundam Journey to Jaburo, you'll see that. I did a video on that one as well. You'll see that. You will see that one there. Taking him out. The Gundam moves fast, shoots fast, best targeting system, can aim in almost any direction. It is definitely. I mean, you can take out anybody in this one. Best in the game. Best in the game. And actually pretty solid, like in the later games, like Gundam vs. Zeta Gundam, and you're done. You'll notice on the back, it's got another slot. If you lose the shield, which requires a lot, because the shield can take a pounding, but if somehow you were able to lose the shield and able to lose the, oh no, if you lose the shield, and you equip a melee weapon, you can pull out 2 beam sabers and attack that way. But it's very, it's very rare to get the shield lost. So even though I know I didn't miss, more than half my shots, something about the bazooka, it's like you have to hit with both the bazooka and the after explosion, and something about it's just not quite right. Launcher standby GM, and launcher, no, not the ball. I'll do the GM, but fuck off with that ball. What else we got? 5 Medea destroy, we just did one of those. Gaul destroyed. Yeah, we could do that one, that would be fun. Pro Belfast. Let's do the GM one. Fuck doing that ball. Oh man, yeah, Gundam Federation side, the good guys. This one's got like a, you've seen it on the other one, I think I've explained it, but I'll just go over it again, have the chance. This has got a beam pistol, so it's got a fair amount of shots in it, but its power is significantly reduced. Kind of even sounds somewhat pathetic next to the Gundam's beam sound. We'll compare it at some point. It's like Batu versus this suit's a pretty decent spacesuit. It's not great. In fact, I'd say it's not quite as good as the Rick-Dom, but you can hold its own against the Rick-Dom decently. It's better than Azaku though. Better than Azaku and Azaku 2 for sure. The beam weapon makes it decent, but it's kind of, even compared to the ground Gundam, it's more stiff. It is cool that you can use it for both space and ground, but it's kind of stiff. I think in the original series you see these suits in Jaburo. Oh, speaking of which, I meant to comment on it when Matilda was saying it, but I was too busy talking whatever I was talking. But you kind of notice that she's here on special orders from General Revel. General Revel in this is kind of the, in the show as well, he's like the main guy who's sort of like the one person who really knows what he's doing in the Federation. He's a forward-thinking leader. He's kind of above all the corruption that's in the Federation. That's why Matilda talks about how, the command structure's falling apart. Everybody can kind of see that the Federation is, the Earthsphere Federation is it's like an empire that's kind of doing the wrong thing and just rampant with corruption, not unlike some countries we might know of. But there's a widespread corruption and whatnot. So General Revel is like the guy that helps out the white base in the series, and then in this he's like the good guy that helps you out. See the ball. Oh. What do we got here? Test pilot, yeah, we'll stay out in space. Yeah, we already took the trip out to space, might as well stay out here. Normally, I would play, when I was a kid, I would play the, that's 50% accuracy. Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, a little bit more. So now we're up to like 75%. I'd play the Federation side. I'd usually play the Zeon side, but sometimes not. I mean, I wasn't a kid, but teenager anyway. This game came out in 2001. I believe I got it when it was brand new. Played it quite a lot. I think I played it. I had a PS3, one of the original ones, that was reverse compatible. And I think I played it once on that, but there was a ton of good games for the PS3 at the time. Drake's Uncharted was one. I remember that being like brand new. Playing the demo. How much did I think I bought that for like, that's one of the first consoles I bought like totally on my own. The PS3. Love that one. Gotcha. Yep, he didn't use a bazooka. Why? Because even the computer knows. If I fire the bazooka, all that's going to wind up happening is it's going to destroy it with the beam shot. It's going to hit me. Nice close shot of the Earth here. Oh, somehow I hit my buddy. GP2 is just like GP. No regard for his allies. Ah! Come on, get him. Okay. But, I mean, you can see, it's just so much easier to be more accurate with the beam weapons than it is with anything else. I mean, I've missed some shots for sure, but, you know, I say accuracy to immediately miss. How we do? 59, 60%? I think we're going to have definitely a higher percentage than the other one. Also in practice, I mean, that helps too, having 100 odd missions done. See, the ground combat GM mobile suit. Every part has been upgraded and its capabilities are somewhat enhanced. You see the prototype GM mobile suit. This is a production model of the V Project, Gundam mobile suit for space and ground combat. Dope. White base leave operation area? Oh, okay. Well, we will see what the white base needs. Kind of incorrect. We will see what the white base needs on the next episode. So, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for watching, and hopefully you're liking the series so far on the Federation side. And we will see you next time. Alright, see you guys.